All right, folks, a very quick description of what Monte Carlo analysis is. Monte Carlo analysis is used by many financial advisors, almost every financial advisor under the sun. That can be a bit of an exaggeration, but what Monte Carlo analysis does is it says, based off of how your portfolio is designed, Mrs. Client, right now, what's the probability of success? Now, let me expand on that and draw you a little whiteboard diagram. Now, by the way, whether you are a financial advisor, a registered rep or not, Monte Carlo analysis is still very useful. And as you know, within our Journey Guide software, it is Monte Carlo analysis that our Journey Guide software uses. And Journey Guide, which is not the property of CG Financial Group, it's actually Journey Guide, you have greatly discounted prices with Journey Guide. So I want to show you how I explain Monte Carlo analysis to consumers. Here is typically what the explanation looks like. After a Social Security seminar, the link to the Social Security seminar and ultimately being able to help the client by getting them an annuity or a long-term care policy. This is the link right here that I'm talking about, and it is Journey Guide, it is Monte Carlo analysis. But what I will talk with the client about is this. Okay, Mrs. Client, today you are 60 years of age. You want to retire at some point in the future, say age 65. Our goal is to answer the question of when you pass away, which we all will, probably 30 years later, let's say at age 95, when you pass away at age 95, what is the probability of success? The probability that your money grows between now and age 65, which we hope that it will. That's always our goal in the accumulation years, to have it accumulate. But what is the probability based off of how much you would like to spend in retirement that your money, which is probably going to go downwards in retirement, right? That your money is still intact by the time you pass away. Because what we do not want is your money to go like this, to where you run out of money prior to running out of time. So what does the Monte Carlo analysis do? What it does is it says, okay, today you have this amount of money. It's 50% stocks, 50% bonds, or 60, 40, or whatever. And when you retire, your money is going to look something like that, more than likely. But by taking out X dollar amounts, 5,000 different random scenarios. One scenario may look like that. That was a very good scenario, right? You spun your money down, but not too fast. We want to enjoy our retirement, but not over-enjoy our retirement. Another scenario may look like that. Another scenario may look like that. 5,000 times this is done in the background. And what it will come back with, what the system will come back with is, okay, what percentage of those 5,000 different scenarios was to the right of when we projected you would pass away, meaning you did not run out of money. If 80% of those scenarios, or say 4,000 of the 5,000 scenarios was to the right, that means that taking X dollar amount, I think the example I used earlier was like 20,000 a year, taking $20,000 per year in today's dollars after taxes. Different Monte Carlo has before taxes and after taxes. It just varies by the system. But Journey Guide is after taxes. $20,000 per year after taxes. What does this hypothetical Monte Carlo analysis tell us? It tells us that you have an 80% probability of not running out of money prior to running out of time. Well, but what if I took less in retirement? What if I took only $10,000 per year out in retirement, which isn't much, but what if I do that? What will that do to my probability analysis? Well, probably like 90% or 95% of those scenarios, they would all be up here, right? So you would have a higher probability of success by taking out less money. So what Journey Guide does and what Monte Carlo analysis does, that says, what is the probability of success by taking out X dollar amount? But also, if you're targeting a success rate, say 90% or 95%, Mrs. Client, this is your number. Remember the ING advertisements? What is your number? This is your number that we project that you can take in retirement. But with Journey Guide, folks, we take it a step further and we say, okay, here is your current number based off the status quo. But what happens if you add an annuity to the portfolio, for instance? What happens if you add long-term care to the portfolio? Because you should be budgeting for later on in life, age 80, age 85, for example, a big long-term care expenditure. There's a 7 out of 10 probability, right? That, folks, is what Monte Carlo is, and that's also what Journey Guide does. It tells a client what their number is, which many consumers don't know what their number is. I have $500,000 in my portfolio today. What does that mean when I retire 5 years from now? It will allow you to answer that question, but most importantly, by you optimizing their Social Security, maybe adding an annuity to it, adding a long-term care product to their portfolio, how much higher can you make that client's number?